Like, all right, activating the drill. Activate the drill. It's another fucking mini game. Some hard as shit thing. I'm like, wait, what the fuck, dude?
Oh
He's like,
man.
hurry up, dude. I got all these people on the ground, kind of like Payday style. He's like, yeah. He said, I'm. The one dude's trying to fucking run. But overall, that was kind of easy. Like, it didn't take long to get into the vault, grab the money, and then get away from the cops. Then we did a 4-player one that, I kid you not, we still haven't finished the final heist part, the prison escape.
Yeah.
And it probably took us 6 hours just to get through the setup missions.
Mm.
And that shit is elaborate as fuck. Like, you're assigned roles for the job, you team up with other people. Like, PK and I were set to go take these dudes out as they were showing up for court to get some paperwork, and we had to set up on the rooftop and snipe them at the exact same time. And then as we go to grab the documents, like fucking 50 cop cars pull up. And while we're doing that, they're on the other side of the city trying to take this other dude out at the exact same time. Who's got like a fucking security set up around his base and all sorts of shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's detailed as fuck. Yeah, we got stuck on that last mission though, because I've been permanently assigned as always being the pilot. So they went into the prison to break a dude out. PK was going to be the demolitions guy that bust a wall open so they can get out easier. And I was like, oh yeah, all I gotta do is fly and land this plane at the airfield. No fucking problem. I got the easy job. So they get there, I fly over the airfield, and they're like, be advised, there's jets scrambling to intercept you. You've been red flagged. I'm like, wait, what? I'm in this little propeller plane, and here comes this fucking jet just chasing my ass, trying to lock onto me. I'm screaming, going, it's gonna shoot me down. Then PK gets reassigned to drive to the Air Force Base and hop in a chopper to assist.
Wow.
And it got hard as fuck. There's a Twitch video that I posted, a little highlight of our little standoff on a bridge when shit went wrong, and then went really good. We were
So
supposed to steal a bus, and the bus got stuck to where we couldn't get in it, so it's just Kyle ramming the bus for like 20 minutes as we're holding off this bridge heat style.
that's awesome. So would you say that like robbing these banks, they make it easier for the cops to detect you, to make it harder?
Yeah, because the way it's set up, the shit is supposed to happen.
Oh man. So really, there's like no way that you can do like the perfect crime.
Some of them, yes, but some of them, no. And that part kind of sucked because, like, with that prison break, they kept trying to sneak in. One was a guard and one was a convict.
Right.
And they're walking in there and trying to blend in, and all of a sudden they get detected. They're like, wait, what the fuck did we do? Did it like 3 times while I'm dodging fucking jets and shit. They're like, we keep getting detected. We'll come to find out there's nothing you can do. You always get detected.
Oh man.
So
Yes.
it's like, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. That definitely should be like kind of like payday. In a way. Where like every job in payday or payday 2. You can get away with, completely stealthy and not getting caught at all, no matter what it is.
Some of the setups we did were like that, but it seems like when the setups are like that, they do that part well, but when you're supposed to be detected, they actually have a separate effect that does that well too. Like, we had to sneak and infiltrate a barge to steal a car and drive the car, like, launch it off the fucking barge.
Alright.
And we got detected a few times, and they actually did good. Like, the cops would fucking pull up and then start shooting the guys that were shooting at us, and all sorts of shit. Like, shit would just, within its own world, would just start happening.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, I don't think this is supposed to happen, but the cops are pissed, and they see those guys shooting, and we're hiding, so they're shooting at the bad guys for us. That mission, we had to end up getting PK and Fear over to us. Like, they finished their job, they were done, they kept getting pissed because we were failing. So we'd drive off with the car, and so many fucking people would start chasing us, and we had cops on us, we had the fucking mob guys on us, and they eventually just said, alright, we'll meet you over there once you steal the car, and you had to time things real fucking precise. Like they were waiting on the bridge for us for when we passed to block the cars off and start shooting. And man, this shit's cool. Adds a different life to the game, definitely.
Right on.
But getting 4 people on at the same time to do all that shit, like if you want to sit down and just do a heist, you need like fucking 8 hours to do a whole fucking thing.
Is there any way to do like half and then like the next day do the other half or something?
Yeah, the person that pays for the heist can basically start it whenever they want. Like it saves the progress.
Okay.
So like, we have that final mission to do, and that's pretty much it.
Now, what do you mean by pay for the heist?
The person that is the leader of the heist has to front money for the heist, like for supplies, for ammunition.
Okay.
I think PK right now, and they don't get that money back until the very end of the game, or until the very last heist, which means they get a larger cut. Because we were like, oh yeah, it should be 25% for everybody, but it's like he had to front up like $120,000, so he should probably take more money out of the profit so he gets reimbursed.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd get into a Mexican standoff over that.
Oh god. I mean, that's how we've kind of been doing it. Like right now, he's probably out like 160 grand until we finish that last mission. It's fun. Good times.
Right on.
What else? Played Forza Horizon Fast and Furious Edition the other day, finally.
Wait, there's a Fast and Furious edition to that game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's Forza Horizon. It actually works kind of good. It's just Forza Horizon and Ludacris is talking to you instead of another person on the phone.
Is there a point in the game where you crash the vehicle and Paul Walker dies?
No. Although your character kind of looks like Paul Walker. Your basic character. It's free. It was free the first 2 weeks it came out, and it's a solid, full-fledged fucking game. It's good times.
Oh, so it's not like DLC or expansion or anything?
Nope. It's its own thing.
Right on.
And the way they set it up, it's basically Ludacris calls you and says, hey, we hear you're a good driver because of Horizon. They're like, yeah, you won the Horizon tournament, and we're going to have you get these 10 cars for us. It's kind of like a prequel. Like, you're getting 10 cars, I guess, that were in the movie that they got somehow, that some dude got.
Alright.
And you go and you do all the typical Forza Horizon stuff, race for pinks, get cars, unlock cars. Then once you get all 10 cars, they put you in that fucking Vin Diesel Charger, and you have to race to the airport, be the first one to the airport with all those 10 cars, and you have to beat the airplane and drive the fucking car up into the airplane that's taken off the runway. It's pretty fucking cool.
I tell you, man, I swear to God, that car is like everyone's hard on for those fucking movies.
I hate the car in that game. Fuck that car. Handles like a fucking turd. I wasn't happy with any of the cars in that game, except the Nissan GTX and the Lambo. I was like, yeah, this is all I'm driving. Fuck these other cars. But not bad for free. I mean, I won't complain.
Right.
If you've never played Forza Horizon, it's Forza Horizon, but Fast and Furious little skin on it. And they did it well. It's not overhyped like fucking Vin Diesel screenshots and Paul Walker going, hey, welcome to Fast and Furious. It's got multiplayer online, all sorts of shit. Finally, today I picked up State of Decay, the Remastered Edition. For the
Okay.
Xbox One.
What's, Oh, so all it is basically another game that's being ported over?
Yeah, but they included all the DLC and some basically new, like they updated it, kind of like new animations, new vehicles, all sorts of shit. I've played it. It's kind of the same game, but they streamlined shit because the original game was kind of buggy, yet real fun.
Yeah, I would fucking say so. I stopped playing it because, I don't know how far I got into the game. Maybe 15 minutes. I got some people, brought them to this place that I found that I was using as a safe house, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I would try saving it. and then it would just like freeze on me. Like everyone would just stand around,
Yeah.
and I just kept trying. I'd reset it, do it again, and they just kept doing the same thing over and over again. And I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, that first one was pretty fucking buggy. But it's I've only played it for like an hour and a half, but it seems fixed. Like I'm not running into a bunch of shit. Of course, I'm doing I think it's breakout mode, where there's no story or anything. It's just you trying to recruit people and get them out of there.
Right now, see, I mean, well, I don't know. To me, that's all I did. But I only played it for like, I literally only played it for like maybe 15 minutes, like not even an hour. I don't think.
Yeah, I like it because it feels Walking Deadish. Just people have different skills they're good at. People have different problems, like they get pissed off or somebody gets bit, and you have to actually walk them out into the woods and fucking shoot them, put them down.
You can't just shoot them there in the camp.
You probably can, but it'll probably piss people off.
Oh, you should do that every time. Just be like, you know what? Not only should you just shoot them in the camp, but you should cut their head off and put it on a fucking stick, and just let it serve as a reminder to everyone.
Don't get bit, assholes.
Yeah, be careful, motherfuckers.
No, I kind of like the switching up characters, and it's like, all right, this character I'm going to upgrade to be good at this. This character is going to be like my run, pick up people, or fucking rescue people. One's just my go and loot motherfucking shit person because they have good stamina and can run.
Right.
Pretty fucking fun. I'm still liking it. I like the first one though, so.
You say the first one, like, this is a sequel?
No, it's not really a sequel. They've just added some shit to it. I like the original, I guess we'll say.
Right.
Even though it was, for its bugginess, I still like the mechanics and the concept behind it. Still no multiplayer, which they said they're not going to do, which is weird. Even a co-op would be kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, unless...
You have like fucking 20 people in your fucking base. Why can't just a friend jump on and take control of one of those people?
Right.
Or have their own character they bring in or something. That'd be kind of nice.
Are they working on anything else, like a second game or anything like that?
I'm not 100% sure. I haven't heard anything.
Because, I mean, I don't know, if they make a second game, maybe that one will have co-op or multiplayer of some type. I don't, maybe at this point, they'll probably just get called a fucking clone of, like, DayZ or something. If they do that.
Even if they don't have to do multiplayer, I think that game would be more suiting for, because the map's not huge or nothing. I think it would be more suiting for just a two-player co-op thing. Even with that, okay, if they just want to have the story, just let that be its own mode, but let that breakdown mode, like I'm playing now, where you really don't have any missions. It's just survive this many days and then try to get people out.
Right.
Why not let me just play with a buddy during that? A little help would be nice. It still has its same janky feel to it in a way, though, like with the combat and just weird. They said they fixed the animations, but some of it still kind of looks jank.
Well, I mean, the game kind of had that, like you said, the Walking Dead kind of comic book vibe to it.
Yeah. And Joker brings up in chat they also have another mode. I haven't touched it yet, called Lifeline, where you play as the military from a different perspective from the story, I guess. It's like 3 games in one.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool.
And I don't know shit about that mode. I just know you play as military people. But I guess you're probably not saving survivors, because I think they were there to kill all the survivors in this story. I'm not 100% sure.
I would hope not. Like,
hey, that's how all the zombie shit happens.
Yeah.
They're here to save us. Nope, they're gonna kill us because they don't want it spreading. Politics. Just like real life.
yep. Sounds about right.
Other than that, that's pretty much been it. A little taste of everything.
Maybe the next Resident Evil game will be you playing as a military killing people and not zombies.
Kind of like they wanted to do for... What's the fucking game that I actually like for some odd reason. Operation Raccoon City.
Ugh.
The part that pisses me off is that game had a fantastic concept. It was just executed so badly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it that.
It was, they will never fucking make another one to try to elaborate on it. It's like, come on, just try something different.
Well, it was made by Slant 6.
And they're gone, aren't they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that game is fantastic fucking concepts and everything. It's like, cool, different perspective, different, story, different mechanics. Okay, this is kind of cool.
Right on, yeah.
Then it's like, yeah, this game plays like shit. I think that's my weakness for it, though. This is neat. It's different.
There was a lot that I hated about that game, but I think the thing that I hated the worst was how random it was that you could get, like, poisoned or infected. Like, you have one vial that, I got infected, let me use my one vial. 2 seconds later, I'm infected again. Great, thanks, game, you fucking assholes.
See, I love that because I played it recently on a stream with Toybox, and every time he got infected, I'd never give him the virus, and wait for him to turn and then shoot him in the face. It was fucking fantastic. I was like, I guess I'm putting you down. He's like, don't you have a vial? Oh, no, I don't. This sucks, man. I'll put you down.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's hopefully they. God, I'd love to see them do something different with that. So you've been playing?
I've been playing Dark Souls 2.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Did you find a new cheat engine for it?
I found one that semi works, but then I kind of created my own. Yeah, so I can't run out of souls. My life stays the same, and right now I got it tinkered, and it kind of fucks up sometimes. I don't know why. I don't adjust it too much. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't, but like I can get it so I have a limited amount of soul gems, flame butterflies, and bolts. But those fuck up sometimes and like won't work properly for whatever reason.
Because it's cheating.
Whatever, man.
Man, how far are you into it?
I don't think too far. I am around Harvest Valley. I just got done beating the giant let me think, give me a second. He looks like Jabba the Hutt. He doesn't. He won't fucking touch you as long as you shoot the barrels with the dead bodies, or not dead bodies, but the hollow prisoners above his head. There's like 5 of them. You shoot those down.
That's an optional boss fight, isn't it?
I don't
think I got to him.
I don't think it's optional. It's around the areas.
Like, are you past No Man's Wharf and shit?
Yeah, I'm definitely past that.
And you're further than me.
Well, have you beat the game before, haven't you?
Not Dark Souls 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like it's the area. I think it's called Harvest Valley, but there's like a lot of poison everywhere.
Okay, I know where you're talking about. Yeah, like where you can fall down into the little fucking ravines and get poisoned like a motherfucker and shit.
Sure.
I know. You're like, yeah, there's a lot of ravines you can fall down in Dark Souls.
Well, like, there's areas that you don't fall down them. You have to go through them. You have to go down into them and then, go back out again.
It's like poison gas and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the giant fucking, like, castle that has a bunch of, windmills on it.
I just got to the part where you start fighting those enemies that fucking explode if you get close to them. It's like right after No Man's Wharf.
I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, the last demon I killed was the fucking, now triplets, not twins. Skeleton motherfuckers.
There's always been 3 of them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I just dealt with them too earlier today or last night, and there's three of them. And I remembered when I played the game last time, because the last time I played this game, I got almost to the end of the game. Um,
Mm.
but there was three of them last time too.
I was gonna ask how many people you summoned in to help with that fight, but you can't play it online, can you?
No, yeah, I don't play it. I mean, I could play it online, but I would probably get banned from Steam. But also, I'm not. I don't want to like dick anyone over trying to do PvP. So I don't want to play it online.
Limited souls.
Dude, yeah, man, just go up to be like, oh, I'll buy everything here. It's nice, dude.
You try playing it legit. You'll feel good.
I tried playing it legit, and I didn't feel good. My heart, I could feel it. Like, it hurt my heart in a way that like greasy food hurts hearts. Like, it wasn't like I was heartbreaking or anything like that or depression. It was like my heart was like, can't take this blood pressure pumping in here.
It
Must
all goes
stop
away
beating.
once you get past something.
No, not for me. No, because for me it'll stop beating before.
I think
That
Jeff
happens.
Gertzman said it best. Once you quit worrying about once you quit giving a shit about dying, it just doesn't matter anymore.
Oh man, I have died a few times. Like, I don't know, I don't understand it. Like, I mean, I haven't really been leveling up my character. For one, because I don't have to, or at least I don't think I have to. But I mean, also so that way, if I do want to play it legitimate at all, like if you and me to co-op it or something like that, I wouldn't be like my old character. I was maxed out on everything, all of his stats and everything, and his soul his soul memory was like 8 billion or something like that.
Pretty early in that game. I think we could do it legit. Say you get the. I'm trying to think. I think you get the summon sign stuff once you get to the guy that sits outside the gate at the very beginning and then locks the gate when you go through it. He's like, "Hey, run through here." If you talk to him enough, he gives you the white soapstone.
I think you're talking about Pate. He's
Maybe?
wearing the warrior outfit from the first game.
Maybe.
He gives you a ring.
No. No, not that guy.
I'm not sure what guy.
It's fucking. God, it's when you first come to the first trap where you open the fucking. Or you walk in the room and they fire all those ballistas at you and those explode the barrels on the other side. And
I don't know where you're talking about.
it's not very far in at all. It's like after the second bonfire.
Yeah,
If you play a newer version, you'd be pissed off because you gotta fight a bunch of turtle motherfuckers at the beginning.
well, that's what you're playing right now, right? Aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right at another boss fight. I just stopped right there. I haven't went back to it in about a week and a half.
Right on. I'm kind of get caught back up to where I was. Because, I mean, I was almost done with the game before, and then I just stopped playing. And then they updated it, and so the cheat table I was using was no longer any good, which really sucks. That was an awesome cheat table.
Man. Yeah, the only shitty part is if you want to summon people in, one person has to be hollowed and one person has to be not hollowed. So I think you have to be not hollowed to summon people in.
Oh, no shit.
So you'd have to be like not hollowed and then summon me into your world to help you, which I'd be fucking cool with.
Yeah, usually I'm not hollowed. I mean, I've only died a couple of times. Usually, like falling off a fucking cliffside or something, or missing a jump or something like that. But I've had a couple of enemies that will hit me and haven't fucking killed me.
Oof. Yeah, that's. I know back because it's always been that way. But back when we played Demon Souls, always fucking. It's like, all right, I'm coming in to help you with this boss, and then you just run and kill yourself and go, okay, summon me in. Drop your son. You just make sure you didn't have any souls, and it wasn't a big deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you wanted to get to that part legit, I could get there. God, it'd be so much easier now too, because I don't have that fucking Mega Turtle fucking edition on the PC. What class did you end up picking?
Swordsman.
Swordsman?
Yeah.
Oh, dual wielding?
Yeah.
Oh man, you're crazy.
Well,
God,
I mean,
chill.
because I don't get hit. I mean, I don't die, so.
Well, yeah.
I mean, the swordsman outfit is so badass looking to me. I don't know why. I just really like it.
That's the thing about the game too. The beginning class really don't mean shit once you start leveling up, because you can basically level yourself up to be good at everything.
Right. I mean, yeah, and like, there's a lot of cool outfits in the game. That's kind of the one thing that's a downer for being a swordsman is I can't really use a lot of the different stuff that I was able to before.
Like soul
equipment
arrows and
wise.
pyromancy.
Yeah, I can't use any of that stuff, and I can't wear any of the heavier equipment or anything like that. I can't use the heavier swords. I mean, I got like my strength and my dex and stuff all ranked up to level 20 now.
You must have missed a ring then, because there's a ring that allows you to pretty much carry real heavy shit if you equip it. I ended up finding that and putting that on, and now I'm wearing like the fucking stone soldier armor and shit.
I
Going
don't.
around like him.
I'm not sure. I mean, I've got a lot of rings. Most of them I don't wear.
Well, some of them you don't need to. Like this regens your health. It's like, fuck that. But if you join that class at the beginning, that's right next to I think it's the Blue Knights or something. Right next to the monument that says, "Hey, this is how many people have died." He's just sitting there.
Oh yeah.
If you join his faction and another person, like if I were to join that faction, we'd be able to summon each other a lot easier.
Yeah, I think.
That's the faction I've joined both times I've played the game.
That might not be, because that one I know for sure it gives you protection against people joining.
Yeah, because once you hit there's another guy you can find to join, and those people, they're like the blue heroes or something, and those people get summoned in whenever somebody gets invaded from that other faction.
Yeah,
So it's actually, you always got somebody that's going to pop in and help you out.
I think there's a ring, that like if you and you put the ring on, and then you choose a god or something, and then like if you have that same ring and you choose that same god, it makes it so us finding each other in game is a lot easier or some shit. I don't know. I was watching a walkthrough where the guy was explaining that.
Yeah, it's that blue faction. He gives you a ring, and it also gives you a health boost. And the good thing is you don't have to wear that ring either.
I
To still
probably
get
should.
its effects.
I think I joined it, well, I don't know how the factions work, cause like I there's that one up the cliffside there of Majula. You can go there and pray at this stone, and then it gives you a tablet, and then it makes everything harder. But like, it hasn't made anything harder for me.
It makes it harder because if you're playing online, it doesn't allow you to summon anybody. Like, it forces you to play the game single player.
But I mean, it's supposed to make it like the things drop better loot and shit.
Really?
I thought so.
That might be once you've leveled it up. Maybe.
Yeah,
You have to level up the factions and shit.
Yeah, see, and I have no idea how to fucking do any of that either.
I still think you should try a legitimate run.
Yeah.
I think you'd enjoy it.
I would not enjoy it.
And then when you finally beat it, you're like, I'm the best at video games. Suck it.
I can still say that. I can, beat it cheating and be like, look how awesome I am. I figured out how to cheat.
Then all the Dark Souls people will be like, yeah, it's Dark Souls 2. Quit bragging. Like, go play Dark Souls 1 or Demon Souls. No, I'm good. I haven't been playing anything else.
A little bit of Marvel Heroes. I was live streaming it for a couple of days there. And I was live streaming it, but the fucking problems with the Twitch and stuff and the IRC not working kind of like fucking pulled me off of wanting to live stream until shit gets fixed. Because, like, I just have no way to fucking communicate with people. Like, I'd be playing, just doing my thing, and then people, you know, I'd look and people, hey, how's it going? And then they're gone because I didn't respond to them at all, and it's like, oh, fucking A.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Still digging that game?
Yeah, I mean, I like Marvel Heroes. Some dude came in and was asking me if I was a noob at the game. I don't know exactly why. I mean, like, I'm just playing Captain America, and, like, all I really do is the shield bombs. Because it's the most fucking refreshing thing to do at all. Like, you get, like, 20 dudes around you, you throw your shield, and it bounces off 10 of them at a time.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, it's just like, yeah, fucking, you're all done. Done. And I have my guys set up, so, like, I get a ton of fucking, like, healing buffs when I'm fucking playing and shit. Like, most bosses don't fucking affect me at all.
That makes you a noob.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not doing a bunch of special powers or anything. Maybe that's what he's talking about or something, but...
Who uses healing buffs on a fucking Captain America? Come on.
I don't know, people don't want to stay fucking alive.
How are you gonna be a noob at those games?
I don't know.
When those are the type of games that you can be like multitasking and all you're doing is running through clicking on people. And collecting loot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he might have been, I guess, referring to because I was not a high enough level. Like, I'm, you know, at the time I was like maybe level 30. You know, I mean, at some point in time you start raids in that game, but I assumed level 60.
Are you a noob? No, this is like my third alt. My other guy's like max level 200.
Technically, it is like my fucking. I mean, I have Captain America, I have Hawkeye that I started out with.
Did you buy these people?
No.
You ended up buying like a $20 pack, didn't you, or something?
I did. I spent like $20 at least, maybe more. I would have to fucking look, but I started out with Hawkeye because at the time that he was one of the free characters. This is back when it was like Hawkeye, Thing, and a couple other losers. See, you should get out now, man. You can get like fucking Iron Man right now for fucking free, because Avengers, yeah. Like they put all the Avengers as starting characters. You can pick one to go up to level 60. Unfortunately, I already own Captain America, so I can't do that. But yeah, I got Hawkeye, which is I started out with. Oh, I bought Human Torch. Did I buy Human Torch? I think I bought Human Torch.
Yes.
Captain America I didn't buy. I just used the in-game charges to buy him. But I did buy his 2 costumes for him. I bought the Winter Soldier costume, and I just bought the Avengers 2 costume for him. And then I also have Taskmaster that I did buy him and one of his costumes.
Huh. So you end up buying like the Winter Soldier pack and shit?
No, I just bought the costume. This is way before like the Winter Soldier character came out. He's kind of new.
Man, the characters are just so fucking expensive. Like I'm looking right now in the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy team pack. You get all the Guardians of the Galaxy for $40.
Yeah, they are kind of expensive. I don't really care for that. I mean,
$60 for these ones. Jesus.
I feel like the reason why they're so expensive is because there's not a lot of shit there. Like there's, you know, like you can buy some pets and some magic cards to do different things with, you know, that, you know, unlock a random things or whatever. But outside of that, there's really nothing there for a free-to-play game to sell you stuff to make their money back from the game. So I think what they do is they try making it more effective for them to get money from people by selling the stuff at a higher price for like costumes and characters. And they do have sales. Like this one I bought Taskmasters. There was like a sale that was like half off, and I bought him and then his one costume, and it was like together him and the costume was like the same price as like just him alone at regular price.
I might get back into this. I ended up having to create an alternate account because when I started, the selection of characters you got for free were kind of shitty. Like, oh, you pick between these four, and I ended up just going with Storm. I was like, Lightning, that's fun. Then they added like Captain America to select at the beginning. I said, I'll just create an alternate email account.
Yeah, you can definitely do that kind of stuff too. I mean, I kind of like right now being that like with the Avengers stuff, it's like that I think is a great deal that they do. There's also, like I said, like with the shards that you get in the game, it takes a while to get those shards, and depending on the characters, they're like 200, 400, or 600 shards to buy new characters. But I mean, the more you play, the more shards that you end up unlocking. And then you do get like daily bonuses that you'll like get like 5 shards maybe, or 10 shards, or other different things in the game.
Don't they have... I'm almost positive, because I think I got... Like, you can get characters unlocked through playing the game without the shards. Like, you can find characters unlocked.
Yes.
I think I got Daredevil that way when I was playing as Storm.
Yeah, now that you mention that reminds me that I unlocked Scarlet Witch that way. It was a drop. But I think it's like, super, super fucking rare.
Yeah, I ended up getting Daredevil, which kind of makes me want to go back and play it. It's like, yeah, Daredevil's badass now. Spent $20 on a skin, so he looks like the other Daredevil.
Oh man, I really thought that sucked that they made the black suit old school Daredevil in that game and made him look so fucking stupid.
Fuck. Yeah, I might get back into this because I've been thinking about picking up Diablo on the PC, but it's like, why pick that up when I can just pick this up for free?
You should. I mean, it's a fun game, man, and like playing with other people, it's more fun.
Yeah, I might pick this up when I play this week. We'll live stream it.
Right on.
It's Marvel Heroes, and I'll be a really low, shitty character, and you can be overpowered and run me through stuff.
Well, I got like all my characters are all over the place. Like Captain America and my Human Torch are around level 35-ish.
Higher than I got.
My Taskmaster's only like level 4. And I'm trying to think. Scarlet Witch I never played, so she's level 1. And Hawkeye's like level 15.
I think one of the reasons I quit playing too was, it's basic for free-to-play games where you have to buy like more inventory slots.
Yeah.
I just kept running out of inventory. Like even in the second fucking stage, I just kept filling up my inventory stuff. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! God, gotta run all the way back and store some of this stuff. Fuck.
Yeah, I stopped picking up a lot of the shit. I mean, I still will pick up the majority of the stuff that is like blue, green, and yellow, and purple.
Pick up all the stuff that's for the other characters too, because it's like, what if I get the drop for this character? I should always have one of these available.
I've done that a little bit. Like I in the past I would do it a lot, but not now. I don't really do that shit.
Maybe I should just, if I can get past that, maybe I'll enjoy it more. Like, these are better, but who's a fuck? Yeah, these are Wolverine's gauntlets, but who cares? I
mean, yeah, and like you'll get to a point where like you'll pick up a lot of shit, and then you'll like, all you gotta do is get to like those landing pads that like teleport you to different areas.
Yeah, but I gotta run all the way fucking back there. And
Wait, what do you mean? No, you don't. You're on the landing pad, teleport to the town, or like to the Avengers Tower, sell your shit off, go back to the pad, and start right back where you left off.
No, you have to, like, you're halfway through the level, and then it's like, inventory's full, I still haven't fought the boss, run all the way back to the landing pad, then teleport, and you're back at the landing pad, and, of course, people respawn, and you gotta run all the way back. Fuck.
I don't fuck with anything like that. Like, usually, if... I mean, it's been a long time since I've ran out of space, but if I do run out of space, I just, like, fuck it.
Add this to my wish list, because downloading that will be bad. Me, the only person that puts a free-to-play game on their wish list. Like, man, excited to one day get this.
I got one on mine. I can't think of the name of it, though. It's some shooter. I put it on there so I wouldn't forget, because I was gonna, like, I wanted to tell, like, you and Toybox and everyone about it, but, like, we should play this, but I think I told Toybox about it, and he was like, eh.
It's like, games.
And I remember at one point I was looking at it, and I'm like, maybe I'm not that interested in it.
Yeah, maybe Marvel Heroes, because I cleaned out my hard drive like a motherfucker for Grand Theft Auto. I think I only have like 18 installed games now. So, yeah, I might pick that up. Oh, I picked up Killing Floor 2.
Okay.
That was Killing Floor 1, but prettier.
I never played Killing Floor. If I remember right, Toybox was really into that game for a minute there.
I was shocked how many people on my Steam friends list, when I said, hey, Killing Floor 2's out there, like, no shit! The first one was awesome. I'm like, well, why the fuck didn't we play that? Yeah, it's fun. It's just a horde game. 6-player co-op hordes. It's fun.
Right on.
Early access, so it's not as fun as the first one yet. The first one's got so much fucking DLC.
Sounds about right.
Oh, dude, you can spend $100 on fucking characters, maps.
That's why it's free to play, man.
Actually, the second one's not. I think it's $20.
Well, I bet the first one. Wasn't the first one?
No, I think it was like 10. 5 or 10.
I must be thinking of a different game.
Yeah. Even the first one. If you ever see that on sale, pick that. The second one's got good controller support. I don't think the first one does. Yeah. It's Marvel Heroes. Talk me into that, you dickhead. I got so much of shit.
Talk you into it. It's free. Like,
damn it.
I don't know why everyone. I mean, like, I don't think Toybox likes that game at all because we played it before, and whenever I've suggested it, he was kind of like, But I mean, to me, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, I had no problems mechanically with it, or story-wise with it, or level-wise with it. It was just, I don't know, probably the inventory bullshit. And then when I went to buy a character, I'm like, $20 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
Suck a dick.
the characters are, well, surprisingly they have come down in price on those because they were like really expensive at first.
Yeah, I don't mind dropping, if I get bored with the character, going, all right, here's $5. I'll take this character. But some of those were like $25 fucking dollars, and it's like, no.
Well, I think now like the highest that you're gonna get is like 1,800 points, which is like $18 basically. But yeah, that's still pretty expensive. I mean, no matter like people like game developing when it comes to characters have been all over the fucking place at this point now. Like I remember like when last year's E3 when Ubisoft was like, well, we wanted to make female characters, but the character models takes this much time and this much money and blah blah blah, and then everyone was like, you bullshit fucking sexist. And then some dude that was an ex-Ubisoft employee was like, yeah, they're full of shit. And, that got people more like, oh, yeah, you fucking sexist piece of shit. But then everyone apparently forgot that the one company that did a Kickstarter for $150,000 to make one character for a game. You know, so it's like obviously it's not that cheap to make fucking characters. You know, I don't know.
Fuck no.
So,
Time and shit that goes into it,
and I mean, like,
balancing.
and they do have voice actors that they bring in to have Captain America say stuff that's really dumb, but comic booky. If he said for America, I'd be much happier than a lot of the shit he says.
He said America, fuck yeah.
Like there's times like I destroy a bunch of stuff around me, and he's like, Tony Stark can pay for that or something. I'm like, we're in the terrorist base. Why would he do that? You fucking asshole! Why are you saying these lines? It's pretty frustrating, but so yeah, I mean, I understand where like some of that money goes to and stuff like that, and like you don't have to buy it. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can just stick with your free character. Or, they made it so they have the shards now that you collect those to unlock characters. Supposedly, you can unlock costumes other than drops also by crafting them, but I haven't seen anything about that yet. But at the same time, I haven't looked up anything on crafting yet, so...
I remember the crafting being a little confusing in that.
It can be, yeah. Definitely. I've been toying around with it a little bit, but I feel like I should probably look at some videos to really get an idea of what I should be doing. And costumes do drop. I have a costume for a Punisher that is not in the store. So, I have that just kind of like sitting there in my fucking vault until I
buy the Punisher.
Yeah, until I finally buy him. I was thinking about buying him with my shards when I got that costume, but like then I was just like, I really want Iron Man, so I'm gonna just save it till I get to 600 shards and pick up Iron Man.
Too much about characters and costumes. I spent $5 for Goro in Mortal Kombat. I bought the season pass. Spent $3 on the Blue Steel fucking Sub-Zero skin.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. Like I mean, I've bought characters. Like I bought Sting and Hulk Hogan and fucking WWE 2K15.
I mean, what is it worth to you, I guess? If you're playing the game a lot, dropping $5. I mean, if I'm getting $100 of gameplay out of a game, giving a fucking developer $5 doesn't bother me to pay it. Or even $10.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I bought Human Torch for that game, it was at full price, and I think it was, like, maybe around $10 at the time. I'm really not too sure. And the whole reason why is because I was watching a video of someone kind of like going through of like, all right, these are what his moves are and stuff like that, and I was like, well, that looks like a lot of fun. And so I was like, fuck it, I had the disposable income to be able to spend the money, and so I did. Like, it's like, like I got into kind of a debate with someone on Twitter a while back about Marvel heroes and their characters being expensive, and really, I mean, it was a debate because the guy was being so fucking apologetic for them charging such a high price, like fans do, like, well, it's free to play, it's like, yeah, I know it's free to play, and it's like, I'm not complaining about it, I'm just saying I wish it was cheaper.
Yeah. I guess if one of your starting characters you pick you're happy with, and that's the one you want to be forever, that would never even bother you. You'd have no reason to go to the fucking store.
Right, yeah, I mean, like, I was cool with Hawkeye. I mean, I really liked Hawkeye, and then at the time, I bought his, Avengers outfit costume, and I was good to go. I mean, I played just as him for quite a while before I got another character.
If you're a fan of Marvel, it's like Pokemon. You gotta get them all.
I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, I remember saying that to Toy Box and Lynx because we were playing and someone was running around with the black Spider-Man outfit that you could only get from doing the $200 pack.
Ooh.
And I was like, I wish I would have done that. And they were like, why? For costumes like that? Like, that's fucking bullshit. I'm like, but dude, you get all the characters, all the costumes, and costumes like that you can't get any other way. Like, that'd be fucking, yes, I would do that. If I had, like, $200 just, like, I'm not just saying $200, but if I had 200 fuck you dollars, yeah, I would have fucking done it.
See, I know we've talked about it in the past. That shit doesn't bother me because I buy, we'll just say, for argument's sake, a $60 game a year. Or a
right.
month. Add that up, Now, if I were just to pay $200 for Marvel Heroes and that's all I fucking played, it'd be cheaper than just buying a new game every fucking month.
Right, yeah.
If that's all you play, feel free to spend your fucking money on this shit. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's... if I am afraid to tally up the total amount of money that I spent on Star Wars The Old Republic. Because I guarantee you it is probably $300+. Not
That's
including
the
the,
same I spent on Hearthstone card packs that I don't
oh,
play anymore.
wow. See, yeah. See, at least Star Wars, I still go back to it every once in a while.
Yeah, I just downloaded Hearthstone on my iPhone. Been playing it, so I don't get those same cards or account stuff, but whatever.
Right. But yeah, Marvel Heroes. I mean, it's a fun game. Like, if you're a fan of Diablo, I suggest anyone should at least try it. I mean, it's free. Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the time too, like, because Diablo 3 had just came out not long before the beta for Marvel Heroes, I believe, and I remember playing Diablo 3 and like, I'm not feeling it. And then I got into the beta for Marvel Heroes and I was like, holy shit, this is a lot of fun.
That's
Of course, they gave you credit. They were like, here, spend money.
spend money, have fun.
I'm like, oh man, I'm playing as Iron Man, I'm playing as Hawkeye, I'm playing as all these characters, all these different outfits, and yeah, this is awesome. Oh, you're taking it all the way and keeping the prices the same? Fuck.
Oh, Christ.
But,
Yeah, I'll get into that with you, I think.
right on. Speaking of Marvel, you finally finished Daredevil.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What did you think?
Fucking amazing.
Right?
One thing I did not like, and maybe it's just a pet peeve or something. I don't. His final outfit is badass. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's cool as fuck. But there's something about like the nose on the mask that looks fucking weird.
Okay. I
It's just something.
haven't really noticed anything with the nose per se, but my problem is the connection between the suit and the helmet.
Maybe that's what it is. It's something about like the way his mask looks, I guess.
His mask does kind of have this weird look to it. Like, the horns don't look like horns. They just look like points coming out of the mask, which is fine. That doesn't really bother me too much. I would prefer it if it looked more like horns. But yeah, there's like this, like, kind of like Captain America had this in the first Avengers movie, where his mask was connected to the outfit, and it was basically like just a hood, and it looked like shit. And Daredevil has kind of the same thing going on, and
Yeah.
it drives me fucking nuts. I don't like it. Like, in fact, within the same week or so that I finished the series, I think I was because I wrote a review for it for my website, and I was looking for pictures, and I was looking at pictures of Daredevil the movie with Ben Affleck, and I just came to the conclusion that I actually like that Daredevil costume better.
I will agree with you. I like the Daredevil Ben Affleck look better.
I mean, I do like the one for the TV show a lot, but when it came down to it, like, just looking at it, I'm like, yeah, it just felt more organic to the character, where this one in the TV show just looks off. Yeah, kinda.
I'm sure he's gonna end up changing it and shit. Maybe.
Possibly.
I think they made it make more sense, I guess. Like, oh, the black pieces will provide you with some armor for bullets and
Yes.
stabbing and stuff. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense, but
And I do feel like when he was wearing it, he was posing a little bit more.
yeah.
Like-
look at me.
That felt really weird. Like, every time he landed somewhere, he was in a pose. And I'm like, you weren't doing that before, man.
It is good to see him not wearing pajamas anymore.
I didn't mind that look as much as I thought I was going to. When I first seen the first trailer for the TV show, I seen the Black Mask, and I'm like, really? They're gonna go with that, aren't they? And it's probably gonna be the entire show. And then after seeing him in a couple of fight scenes wearing it, I was like, this isn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I like what they did with Kingpin and all that shit. And
Yeah,
it ended well.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that all the way around. Like, okay,
I thought a little too many people found out he was Daredevil. Got a little ridiculous there at the end. Like, oh, this person knows, and this person knows.
Okay.
Oh, this person knows. Jesus Christ.
when his best friend found out,
Oh, Christ.
that was way too much like a chick finding out her husband's been cheating on her.
Yeah,
Like,
and that
he's-
went on way
he-
too fucking long.
Yeah, it was like the whole fucking episode, and like they're just sitting around the apartment talking about it, and I'm just like, okay, all right, dude, you're sounding like a chick. Stop. Like, I think at one point he literally says, "How long has this been going on?" or something like that. It's like, ugh, like this is horrible. Like that to me is the worst episode.
How fucking dare you go out and do this shit?
Yeah,
And
you
not
just
tell me. It's like, who the fuck are you? I don't need to fucking. I don't care if we're friends. If I'm out stabbing people in the face, it's none of your fucking business.
yeah. He was way too. He took that way too personal, at all.
Ugh.
That I didn't like that at all. How fucking girly he got about it.
Yeah, and I liked how they, instead of having the, what is it called, the Jack the Devil Murdoch storyline with his dad having that nickname, I kind of like the religious aspect they put on it. Like when he was in the church talking to the guy, and he's like, maybe the devil is what people need to fucking turn good. It's like, okay, that kind of makes sense. I like those church scenes.
I tried to like him, but whatever religious standpoints aside, I don't want to get into it. But like, I hate Catholicism, and on top of that, I have such a hard time watching anything with priests, and not think about how so many of them raped little boys.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, I can't get past that part of where, like, he would say something, and I'm just like, I bet you say that to the little boys, don't you?
Especially the blind little boy. I thought they did a good job of just giving it a reason of, oh, this is why I'm going to go with the devil. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was all really well thought out in that kind of aspect, yeah.
Now we have to wait a fucking year for a new season. Ugh. Why?
Yeah.
But they're supposed to come up with the other thing, the something Jones,
They're coming up with
Luke Cage.
And Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out. I don't know those two characters at all, other
Luke
than seeing them,
Cage.
like, pictures of them and shit.
The Luke Cage stuff should be good. I don't know about Iron Fist and Jenny Jones or whatever the fuck her name is.
Well, I think Luke Cage and Iron Fist are in the same show. I'm not too sure about that, though.
Maybe. Yeah, it's just weird that they're doing Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, that's who it was. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and... hold on. Okay. Oh, good lord. They're not... They're leaving out Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's kind of a big point to all these characters.
I think that's the main plan. Like, I don't know, because like Daredevil's part of the Avengers, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he was in the new Avengers with Spider-Man, Wolverine, Luke Cage.
Okay, yeah. If Luke Cage and Iron Fist are in there, then yeah, that makes sense.
Oh wait, no, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Daredevil wasn't in the new Avengers. That was, which this is gonna be Miss Marvel, Luke Cage, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and the Thing.
Well, I believe Daredevil is in the Avengers, one way or the other, as far as I know. And I believe that's kind of what they're doing with this, is they're kind of giving, like, Daredevil his show, Iron Fist and Luke Cage their show, and later on they're going to be implemented, those characters are going to be implemented into the Marvel continued universe, or whatever it's called, the MCU.
Yeah, I would like to.
Which I just read a title for an article that really pissed me off, where Joss Whedon said that as far as the Marvel movies are concerned, Agent Coulson is still dead. I'm like, great job, asshole! You killed some dude's fucking movie career. You fucking dick.
How is he fucking? He's on the. If they're
I
trying
don't
to
know.
tie the Avengers or the fucking Agents of Shield show, which they've been doing, in with the Marvel universe, he's fucking alive, unless he dies in the show eventually.
Well, I mean, I like. First of all, I just read the title. That was all I needed to. It immediately got annoyed, but whatever. So, okay, I wanted to ask you now, like, for me, once I got done with the season of Daredevil, I kind of looked at the Flash and Arrow and was like, all right, you guys need to step it up.
I I think it was just because it was a little darker.
Well, I mean, it was darker. I mean, okay, Daredevil is kind of the Batman of Marvel in a lot of ways. I mean, they have a lot of complementary ways about them. You know, I mean, one's poor, the other one's not. Both of them lost parents that they cared about. You know, both of them are just looking out for their city. They're both just regular guys. I mean, one of them is technically has superpowers, you know, because he has his heightened senses and whatnot, but he is blind. And outside of that, he is just a guy. But I mean, like, even like, because like, I think it's, you know, it's fair to say that Arrow is a pretty dark show, but it is, like, compared to Daredevil, I don't feel like it really stands on the same legs. Mainly because every fucking episode is, we gotta talk.
Yeah. There's not as much, how to put it, realism, I guess, in those other shows.
Well,
It's not as grounded as Daredevil.
Well, The Flash obviously isn't because of all the metahuman shit, and they've really, as much as I,
more lighthearted.
yeah, it's like more lighthearted, but also like the Golden Gun. Like, I really do like The Flash a lot still, but I cannot get past the Golden Gun. That was fucking the stupidest thing. Like, I don't give a shit if it's in the comic books. Don't do it.
Somebody really fucked up on a plot.
That was fucking dumb.
Create me a golden gun so we can rob banks.
Okay, I'm just gonna, in this house that have no fucking scientific equipment around at all, make you a gun that spits out liquid gold. Like,
Rob banks.
you can't say that out loud and not have people say this is a bad idea. Like, this, come on.
Hey, dude. He's fucking. He can do shit with a toaster, a coffee pot, small tape. He's a genius.
He's like MacGyver, but if MacGyver created gold spitting guns that were worth billions of dollars, like, oh.
He's so smart, but yet so dumb
I
when
mean,
it comes to figuring out who the Flash is, or the Reverse Flash.
let's take away the whole idea of, like, he made the gun, like, apparently in someone's house. Let's forget about that. Let's just think about the fact of the gun shot out liquid gold. Okay, like, that alone is enough to say that this is ridiculous. But okay, I mean, all right, but even Arrow, like, is more grounded in reality than the Flash is, even though that they are, you know, the same universe and they, you know, share the same space basically.
Yeah.
Crossover. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's still, there still is, like, not as much realism
with
there.
this guy instead of I gotta run really fast and impair his hearing, sonic hearing and voice.
Well, I'm thinking, like, more along the lines of, like, compared to Daredevil, like, where Daredevil it was like inch by inch he made his way. You know, like, oh, he started getting beat up this way. He started wearing these kind of like forearm guards and stuff like that. You know, and here, use these sticks to help you. And oh, those actually work really well. I'm going to use those all the time from now on. And he kind of like slowly built up what he needed. Where with Arrow, you can say, oh, because he threw money at it, but a lot of the shit that he used, like, there's no explanation for it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of like...
It seemed like Daredevil got that opportunity, too, to be a 12-hour movie instead of just a TV show. It feels more like, if you watch it straight through, it just feels like you're watching a fucking movie.
Yeah, there's no...
The way they paced it.
There's not really much of a bad guy of the week with Daredevil.
Yeah.
I mean, there is instances of that, but they're all tied in together in one way or another.
Like, if Arrow just would have stuck with the entire season of Ra's al Ghul and him, it's like, that might have been a little different than, oh, now we got this one guy showing up, and we got to focus our attention on this, and now Diggs has to go do a super secret mission in fucking Puerto Rico where he invades a school.
And maybe like 20 episodes a season is too much.
I do agree with that.
I mean, you know, that's another thing with Daredevil is they had 10 or 13 episodes. So they had a limited amount of time, about half from what Arrow and the Flash has. And so they don't have to pad as much as Arrow and the Flash has to.
Yeah. And it's on the CW.
Yeah. That's where all the we need to talk bullshit comes in, man. And I'm getting bored with it, man.
You want to jump into the Flash or the Arrow?
Okay. Let's do that.
I'd say we start with Flash.
I really like what Flash is doing with their crossover with Arrow right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's actually really cool how they're kind of just implementing the two of them together, but not on the level of what they did before.
Yeah, like, they just show up to kind of...
Yeah, hey, we gotta check out this crime scene, and it's in your town, and you're the head detective who happens to be on this other TV show. Let's talk.
Oh yeah, I love the fucking interaction between Joe and the fucking Black Canary's dad, whatever his name is, the asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good.
And I'm starting to like the Adam dude a lot more. Like, he's just a dumb guy with a lot of money that's like, I kind of just want to help people. This is cool.
It was kind of weird because, like, when they first showed him ever kind of reveal his bullshit, he seemed pretty sinister about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, he's going to be a bad guy. Got it. And then apparently not.
He just, I don't know what it is about him. He just seems like it's you or me. Like, man, I got this badass fucking suit. I can be a superhero. And it's like, I know you can't really be a superhero, dude.
Yeah, like the point where he's getting his ass kicked and he's like, I can't do anything. I'm scared. And like, Oliver Queen's like, all right, let me take over. I'm going to fuck this dude up for you.
It's like, yeah, you might have a badass suit, but you can't fight, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I really like that.
I guess we're kind of talking about both shows at once now. But it's kind of the same thing.
Well, I mean, it was...
This week.
Yeah. I mean, in that aspect. I mean, it was...
Well, they did find out. They found dude's secret room.
Yeah.
Saw his suit.
Yep.
Which is... odd.
Yeah, I
kind of... guess I was thinking hurry up and get to it, but now I'm kind of like, man, I wish the secret went on a little longer.
I am kind of like, what are they gonna do next? Like they pretty much, I mean, they do have proof, but they don't have proof. You know, they just have their own eyes witnessing. You know, oh, he has a room and here's the suit. Clearly, it's him. But I mean, still, I mean, there's nothing at the crime scene saying anything other than Barry was there.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
even
they have the proof now that the original guy died. The original doctor died in that car crash because they found his skeleton.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they found that skeleton. They're like, yeah, this was the original one. So who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
And they're starting to, which I called. They're starting to lean towards what's gonna make that Iris's boyfriend detective pissed off at the Flash. He knows the secret and he's not allowed to tell, and she's
That's really stupid, man.
yeah,
Like,
she's kind of a bitch about it. Like, if you're not telling me, we're done.
yeah, I mean, okay, her whole selfish attitude is enough to make me want to slam her head into a desk. But
After Barry
also,
talked to her, I was like, oh, she gets it. You know, he's a cop. He sees some shitty stuff. He doesn't want to talk about it. She's like,
right?
talk to Barry, and I don't care.
Yeah,
You
oh,
need
I
to
know.
tell me.
Like, yeah, Barry talks to her, she's like, oh, you're right, that's so right. I'm just a dumb bitch for fucking being selfish like this. And then she goes and talks to him, like, but that doesn't matter if he loves someone. And it's like, oh my god, you went right back into bitch mode.
That
Congratulations.
fucking pissed the fuck out of me when she walked in and said that to him. I'm like, well, that was out of left field.
I mean, and like, the way I'm like, just tell her you got a case that's bothering you. You can't talk to her about it because it's a case. Like, done deal.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're a police officer. You know better than I do, but I mean, I'm only going by the movies. But in the movies, they always say like, you know, I can't talk about it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
can't
mean,
talk about pending investigations. You get in trouble for that.
yeah. So I mean, just fuck that.
Oh man.
It's shit like that that annoys the shit out of me with that fucking show. Oh,
Yeah, the little drama stuff is a little too much on the Flash.
yeah.
It's been getting a little too much on Arrow, but especially with God, do you agree with me that you're getting sick and tired of Felicity Smoke? She's just annoying the fuck out of me. She likes this guy, she likes this guy, she's fucking whining to everybody, and she's just constantly crying, and I can't stand it.
For some reason, it doesn't bother me, but it does. Like,
Barry, I like Oliver, I like Adam Guy. Oh, now I'm gonna have sex with Oliver, but I'm really just having sex with him so I can drug him, and
right? What the fuck was that about?
I'm gonna get him out of here.
That was horrible. Like, yeah, that was.
And that spoiler that I said I knew last week, or 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I saw a picture of Oliver on an episode of The Flash wearing the outfit that he was wearing at the end of that episode. So I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
he joins the league.
Even though, I mean, he has to get out of it. I mean,
Why doesn't he just call Barry to like super speed in and just beat the shit out of the guy? Ra's al Ghul can't move at super speed. Barry can disarm that entire fort in fucking a blink of an eye.
that's a good possibility. I don't know. All right, the Flash moves slow sometimes. I don't like it. Like, the Flash is like, he'll get tripped up over something that's like, why did that trip you up? Like, there's no excuse for it whatsoever.
Like a dude catches him with a punch. It's like, dude, you can move fast enough to time travel. You're getting hit by a dude throwing a punch?
Yeah,
Like these, you can't outrun these electronic bees?
yeah. I mean, I've always had a problem when that shit happens to him. Like, oh, I got hit by the freeze ray, or this, that, or another thing. And it's like, no, you're the Flash, not the normal walking guy.
Well, he was kind of the normal walking guy when he had to run. He's like, chase him like a regular person. And he just has to run. Like, that's great.
That was funny.
I don't know. I'm liking what they're doing with the Flash. Honestly, I know I've told you before, I like the Flash better than Arrow, but I'm liking Arrow better than the Flash now. I think the Ra's al Ghul shit's a lot more interesting than the Dragon, Professor Zoom, fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of him and Han with the whole Ra's al Ghul thing. I think it's mainly because I just don't.
It's just like Ra's al Ghul, man. He's a badass in that show.
He is. I like the guy that plays as him too. But like, okay, my biggest thing is this Batman. Ra's al Ghul is a Batman villain.
Yep.
So, and the League of Shadows is a Batman thing. So it's like, all right, is this something that like they brought into DC as like other people deal with this also, you know, whatever. Like, Doctor Doom is uh, a supervillain for Fantastic Four, but other people have fought against him too. You know, Spider-Man has fought against Kingpin, and so has the Fantastic Four, but he's a Daredevil villain. You know, like, is that something they do with Ra's al Ghul? Is this like comic book lore somewhere where Oliver Queen has dealt with Ra's al Ghul before?
DC's. I don't. Yeah, I think he did. I don't think it's lore what they're going through now. Like, he ended up taking over as Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, whatever the fuck they want to call
Well, they don't show him. They don't say that he's Ra's al Ghul.
Well, they say he's the heir to him, and
Right.
I don't think that's actual lore. I'm sure in some comic book fucking edition he did. But Arrow was usually just battling motherfuckers until he joined the Justice League. Then he was real good friends with the Flash, and that was pretty much it.
Right.
And Speedy, aka the Red Arrow guy, I was a little worried when they killed him at first. I'm like, wait, he's dead? Because
Yeah.
it's like, actually, they've went way off track with that character. Because that guy ends up leaving because Oliver Queen loses all of his money and ends up treating him like shit.
Yeah.
And he ends up going and teaming up with Nightwing in Bloodhaven or whatever city he's from.
Yeah, Bloodhaven. Nightwing.
Yeah. And he ends up becoming, I think it's like the Enforcer or something, or he ends up having a badass name besides the fucking Speedy guy. And in comic book lore, Speedy was his sister, which he calls her that every now and then.
I don't think he's ever called the. I don't think that he's ever called the guy in red Speedy in the TV show. I can't think of his name.
I think he has once or twice. I can't say when, but from what I remember, I think he has once or twice.
Speedy is a fucking name you give to a goddamn dog, man.
Yeah, or a hamster.
Most of the names in that's where DC is fucking horrible, man. Not only do they have horrible fucking backstories to all of their characters except for Batman and Superman, but fuck, do they have some of the worst names.
I can see why they're going off the storyline of the whole Speedy and teaming up with Nightwing, because the Green Lantern gets involved in that shit too. But comic book wise, Speedy ends up, after he gets kicked out of Oliver's life, he ends up becoming addicted to heroin.
Well, man, see, now that's the show I want to see.
Hell yeah.
I want to see him get addicted to fucking heroin and shooting other fucking crackheads with his arrows. Just right in the room with him. And when he does, he pops him in the head, and in his eyesight, confetti comes flying out of it.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, he ends up, Roy Harper ends up doing some cool shit.
Right on.
But I forgot that badass nickname he ends up getting. It was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, why didn't they just call him that to begin with? Who gives a fuck?
He should always be called that.
But he ends up helping the Teen Titans and all that shit.
See, Teen Titans, that's a horrible fucking name.
Yeah.
Man,
Sounds pedophilia style.
it kind of does.
I got addicted to heroin. God damn, what the fuck? I don't want to be pissed.
So, alright, is there any other TV shows or movies that you've been watching?
No, that's pretty much it.
Alright, well, I got a couple I wanted to bring up. One of them is the TV show Ed. Yep, it's called Ed. This is like...
Not the movie Ed.
I think you're thinking of Ed TV.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's not that. It's about a guy who is a lawyer at a big time firm in New York. Comes home, he gets fired from his job over like a decimal point or something in the wrong place. comes home to find his wife cheating on him with the mailman, and he moves back home to his small town called Stuckyville. And he buys a bowling alley and runs his own practice out of it.
Wait a minute. This is an older show, isn't it?
Yeah, this is like late 90s, early 2000s.
Is this fucking Wheels?
It
Wheels
is,
in this
yes.
show?
That's...
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He plays as Dr. Wells, and it's funny because like when I seeing him as in the Flash, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, him. He was also the older brother in Scrubs. He would show up there every couple of episodes, and I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, him, that guy, Ed. Then like after I started watching the Ed TV show, I'm like, man, he has aged.
Oh yeah.
Like it's kind of funny now watching the back and forth there, where it's like, man, yeah, I can definitely see he's aged.
It's been over 10 years.
Yeah, I mean there's only 4 seasons. I'm right now on the cusp of finishing the 4th season, and they're just now talking about 2000s and stuff. Like, it's kind of funny how the internet went from not existing, it seemed like, to being something that people would vaguely talk about in the background. Kind of like there's you remember that Star Wars kid, the fat kid that did the whole Star Wars battle scene or whatever, and people made a huge video out of it?
Oh hell yeah.
All right, that same thing basically happens to a fat kid in the 4th season, and he's talking about Kazaa. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, like Kazaa. Yeah.
It's hard going back watching those old shows because they're fucking talking on old fucking cell phones and it's like, what the fuck is this shit?
I mean, yeah, a lot of the old cell phone stuff doesn't bother me, but it's like when they start talking about stuff that is so dated and relevant. Like there's parts where they're talking about Michael Jackson and calling him Jacko, and it's like, oh, he's dead now, and he's a child molester. You don't know this information yet.
Screaming at the TV. I know the future.
Yeah, but yeah, it's an alright show. I remember watching as a kid. And I don't know why, but I just went back and started watching it. I just downloaded the episodes. I couldn't find them anywhere else. I've watched the first couple episodes of Silicon Valley.
How's that?
Have you watched any of the series?
No, I've heard it's kind of iffy.
It's very tech savvy kind of show. I mean, it's all about being in Silicon Valley, where Google is and all that stuff and whatnot, and creating software and programs and computer viruses and all nerd binary code talk and shit like that. It's pretty funny for the most part, but I mean,
Is it meant to be a comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I think created by Mike Judge. Or Mike Judge.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I believe he's the one that created it and directed it or something like that.
He did that movie Idiocracy that I fucking love for some reason.
Oh man, Idiocracy is a good fucking movie. That's a really good movie. But yeah, I mean, I would say check it out. I mean, it's funny for the most part. I mean, there's a couple of characters that are annoying, but they're supposed to be annoying. So, and they do a lot of like making fun of like technology and stuff like that. Like in the first season, there's a point where this, because you got the two main guys, or not main guys, but like the two head honchos of these two different companies that kind of serve as a Bill Gates and Steve Jobs kind of aspect, in a way. And there's a point where the main character is talking to one of these main guys, and like they're trying to have this voice conference over this like hologram, and it's not working, and like it's just like he's like, Wave your hands if you can hear me and stuff like that. And like, then they finally break it down to that they're finally just talking on the phone.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like a mature version of Big Bang Theory.
I never watched Big Bang Theory. I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I'm like, oh, all you're doing is looking at this in a stereotypical way. And you could probably say that about Silicon Valley, but it's not like stupid nerds, big thick glasses. It's a bunch of nerds that are looking to get fucking rich because they're smart. And in today's world, the way you get rich being smart and a nerd is by creating computer programs and software and stuff like that, and smartphone apps and shit. And they just, they talk about drinking beer and fucking women and getting stoned and shit,
Alright, I'm watching this.
And fucking, I mean, like, there's a whole section on there where they're thinking about jerking off all the men in the audience. And they get to the point where they're talking about, like, you need both men. Like, you need to get two men together, put tip to dick tip, so you can stroke them both at the same time. And they go into this, like, huge elaborate fucking thing about that. And the time that it would take to fucking jerk all of the people off and shit like that. Just, shit like that, is like, that's hilarious. I would say check it out. Like, I gotta assume you haven't seen any of the episodes, so I would say watch like the good first 3 or 4 episodes of the first season.
I have to watch this.
It's a pretty good show. Yeah. Other than that, I watched Age of Ultron.
Oh, you saw the movie?
I did.
I've heard it's not as good as the original Avengers.
It's not,
Uh-oh.
but it's still really good. Totally worth seeing. Now, to be fair, I watched it illegally.
It happens.
That's why I was able to see it before the first. So, I didn't watch the American cut. So, things might end up different.
I heard they're doing like an alternate ending or something.
Oh man, that depends on what the alternate ending is. I mean, the way it ended was, I can't really say because I don't want to give anything away. Because I had problems with the ending of that movie.
Is it over-convoluted? Is it getting convoluted now that they're starting to add way too many fucking heroes and trying to tell stories with each different hero?
No, not at all. Not with every single one. I mean, there is some aspects with some of the characters where it's like, well, where did this come from? Like, why is this happening? This doesn't make sense. But the only ones that are really, I don't know if one of them is a spoiler. Do you know who all is added to the movie?
Scarlet Witch and what the fuck's his name?
Quicksilver.
Yeah, Quicksilver.
That's all the ones you know about.
Yes.
Have you not seen
Spider-Man.
any other trailers or anything?
I have, but I don't recall anybody else. Those are the main two I recall.
Well,
I know Nick Fury magically shows back up.
Well, I don't know if, I wouldn't call this a spoiler because I've seen his picture all over the internet, and he is in one of the trailers at the very
Batista.
end. No.
Oh.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me. It's gonna be a while before I see it.
It's Vision.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. But outside of that though, those three, there's no one new.
Huh.
I'm trying to like dodge around into spoilers right now.
Okay, tell me this, because we've talked about this a lot. Did they set it up for a Hulk in space?
No.
Planet Hulk?
No.
Well, fuck, I don't care about that movie. It's stupid.
Now, to be fair, I didn't see the ending credits, so I don't know. Because the copy that I seen cut like right after the main credits are done. the main
Are they
part.
setting it up for a civil war?
No.
God damn it.
In fact, hmm.
This just isn't it. Tell me this. Story-wise, it's just not another feel-good story where they all have to team up, fight a guy, and then it's over.
Yeah, I mean, there's in ways. Like I wrote a review of the movie, and I wrote on there that it does kind of feel like it got bit by the sequel bug, being that a lot of the concepts from the first one are the same in the second one, where in the first one you got Loki who's trying to divide the Avengers and then take over the world, where Ultron is trying to destroy the Avengers by having them pick apart each other and destroy the world.
Okay.
So, I
It's
mean,
just a bad guy of the year type thing.
kind of. I mean, at least with Loki, though, there is a lot of leading up to. Like, the whole thing with him and that army coming through, all of that is understandable because you know this about Loki. You know, Loki's been in other movies. Everything about that is understood. Where this is like, oh, hey, look, we found this AI chilling in this old computer stuff that has to do with this staff that Loki had. We can use it for the Ultron project. And it's like, what's the Ultron project? You guys have never mentioned this before. Something like, and I point this out in my review, something that could have been pointed out in that last 30 seconds of Iron Man 3 in the ending credits when Bruce Banner and Tony Stark are talking to each other. Because, basically all of Iron Man 3 is narrated by Tony Stark talking to Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
And then in the end credits, they show them talking to each other when he's like, I'm not that kind of doctor, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, anywhere in this part, you could have brought up about the Ultron project. Just a quick 5-second thing. And then when you bring it up in the Age of Ultron movie, it's like, oh, yeah, I remember them talking about this in that fucking clip. Ending credit scene. Simple as that.
I mean, is it making the Infinity Gauntlet thing seeming like, how the fuck are you guys going to end up with the Infinity Gauntlet? Like, you would not have to see this to worry about an Infinity Gauntlet movie?
They do talk about the Infinity Stones.
Oh, okay.
It is brought up. Not, I would say... I don't want to say not as heavily as Guardians of the Galaxy's brought it up with the stone that they're talking about, but the stone that they have in Age of Ultron, from that, it's like talked about from that point on, once they found out about this other stone.
I want to see this movie. It just seems like, I don't know, they're kind of getting away from the let's tie these movies together and make it cool as fuck. Instead, they're going with let's make cool, crazy action movie and just add little tiny pieces of story to it.
I mean, there's a lot of story to it. Don't get me wrong. It does feel very closed off from the rest of these Marvel movies in comparison to all these other Marvel movies. Just because everything's,
Well, it's because you know about those characters too. Like this entire movie, you're probably sitting there going, "Daredevil's right across the fucking city. What the fuck?"
Well, not exactly, but just things like when Tony Stark brings up about this AI to Bruce Banner, and it's like we could use this for the Ultron project, which the Ultron project was to have these robotic versions of Iron Man basically all over the world, ready to do justice and protect and blah blah blah. And it's like, alright, this has never been mentioned before. At all. Ultron project never been fucking mentioned. At any kind of information before this would have been pretty nice to have.
It's making me not really want to download this. I probably just gonna end up waiting till it comes out to rent.
I would say wait for it to come out, because the version I watched was pretty shitty. I mean, it looked nice for a cam. I couldn't argue with that. I couldn't help myself. Like, I just couldn't help it. I wasn't gonna download it, but I was like, fuck it. I got to. I got to see this.
It's a the Avengers movie was badass. I don't know. I think I just like the single character movies a little better at this point. Like I liked the last Captain America that came out and all that shit. And I
I
don't
mean,
know.
they still do a really great job with all the characters in this movie. Like, I mean, having so many people doing stuff at one time in a movie, like Joss Whedon is still able to do a really good job at harnessing that and making a cool fucking epic thing happen.
Yeah, I mean the first one, it didn't take much. Like they all teamed up at that end final fight, and it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
We got 20 minutes of them whipping ass together.
Try thinking of every fight scene in this movie, most fight scenes in this movie, all being kind of like that. Like where they're all team, they're all working together. There is some instances because at first, of course, like they say when superheroes get together for the first time, they have to fight each other, and there's some kind of differences between Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and the rest of the Avengers, and Scarlet Witch is able to manipulate people's minds, and
Hulkbuster.
yeah, Hulkbuster
Yeah.
comes out. I was gonna say it's a spoiler, but it's like no, it's not. It's all over the fucking place on TV and the internet and shit. So
That's why I was thinking, oh sweet, Hulk in outer space. Hulk turns against everybody and starts attacking civilians. Yeah.
no, I mean that had all to do with his mind being manipulated.
That's bullshit.
I think
I want to go to a planet and start his own Hulk army and fucking invade Earth.
The best that happened with that was with Thor, because she tries it on Thor and then he's just like, "Pfft." And then they're like, what's that all about? And he's like, "Pfft. she tried fucking manipulating my mind, but I got the mind of a god, like, but you puny humans better be careful." And then like he takes 2 steps and he starts hallucinating. It's like.
Oh, so there's still some good comedy in it?
Oh yeah, definitely for sure, dude. At the beginning of the movie, like, Tony Stark says shit or something like that, and Captain America says language, and then like they go on doing their thing, and then like a few minutes later, Tony Stark is like, "Is no one gonna comment on on him saying language?" And then that kind of turns into a thing, a little bit of a callback later on in the movie too.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, yeah, they definitely did a really great job with the characters for the most part. They all work, really well together and stuff. With this being a team and everything. And I mean, I will say, like even though the concept of Ultron using Scarlet Witch's mind powers to try pulling them apart, it doesn't last long, and it's not really that big of a deal. I would say it definitely. The disaster that happens on that fucking helipad thing up in the sky in the first one was way worse than anything that happens in this second one. They kind of like shrug it off. They're already a well gelled team, and they're able to get right back on the horse and get shit done.
Spider-Man, no Daredevil.
Be patient. Apparently, the new Spider-Man movie is called Spider-Man: The New Avenger.
Ooh.
I don't know how true that is. That is completely rumored.
Tell you what, right now, I'll have to change my pants 10 fucking times if Spider-Man makes an appearance on next season's Daredevil.
Supposedly, they're gonna reboot Spider-Man.
Again. Well, it kind of needs it now.
No, it doesn't, dude. No, it
I
doesn't.
don't know. I gotta fucking...
We do. Spider-Man does not need a fucking third reboot in like 10 years.
I let Marvel take the reins on it now.
No, does it? No. Sam Raimi did a great job with the origin story of Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man movies did an all right job with it, and
Okay,
they don't need a
reboot.
third one.
Okay, I guess not a reboot, like origin story and all that shit. Maybe
Just get. You might as well just keep fucking Garfield, whatever his name, Andrew Garfield. Keep him, and just bring him on in and be like, hey, I just got done beating up the fucking the Crow, and Rhino,
Yeah.
the Crow, Vulture.
I mean, it would make I guess he'd fit in with that cast. And why would you turn that down? Hey, you're gonna be in an opportunity to be in an Avengers movie where we're gonna make billions of dollars. Oh, okay.
I mean, that's like I said, like they got Iron Patriot. Iron Patriot is Harry Osborn. Harry Osborn is alive in
Yeah.
the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Spider-Man, if they're gonna reboot, it would do better in a Daredevil style setting, like a Netflix TV series type thing, and then maybe a movie. I like a Spider-Man TV. I don't know.
I don't want a
That'd be pretty
Spider-Man TV show. I mean, I don't want another Spider-Man movie at all.
Get a TV show.
Just put him in the next Avengers. Like, I mean,
Give him his own Netflix thing and make him battle Kingpin, and then they team up with Daredevil, and then they show up in the Avengers. Like, what up, bros?
I mean,
We're
they're-
just right down the block.
they're gonna have to do something. They can't just have him showing up in the next Avengers.
Yeah, I just think it's weird watching those movies and nobody talks about it. Like Tony Stark never goes, "Hey, did you hear about this guy dressed as a devil that just beats the shit out of people?" Or, "Hey, there's this guy that's always fucking swinging around when I'm flying." And Spider-Man and Daredevil are supposed to save the city, yet an entire tower's being destroyed and they're being invaded by aliens, and they're like,
Well, I mean, to be fair, none of that was on board yet. I mean, Daredevil wasn't on board, but like Spider-Man, they couldn't do anything with. I mean, the only reason why now that there's a chance of it is because Sony and Marvel made a deal.
Yeah, it's just, even with that stuff, just it's weird. It's just like, yeah, Spider-Man never showed up in the first Avengers movies.
I mean-
Why?
You're thinking too much about it.
Oh, I know.
I mean, think of it like the fact that he just wasn't an Avenger yet. You know, I mean, hey,
Still,
he's
he
just
shows up
he's
to fight a guy that robs a bank, but
he's
aliens
still
are
a
invading, it's
teenager.
Like,
Maybe he was doing something at that time. I mean, that's another thing with the Marvel continuity is so much stuff is overlapping each other.
yeah. They'll have to come up with a reason, I guess. I'm sure, maybe something.
Sure, say like
Like
Wall.
he gave it up because Gwen Stacy just died and he was depressed,
Yeah,
and
something.
Daredevil got lost on the way there.
Someone
he's
took
fine.
away his cane. He fucking fell in the mud puddle.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Holy shit, the world's on fire!" No, he
Why
fell
is-
down. He was like, "I can see again."
Why his man wife was yelling at him in the apartment.
Oh God, yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I'll end up seeing it, but I'm not super excited about this Avengers movie for some reason. I don't know why.
I mean, I was really stoked for it, and I wasn't too surprised that I was, like, the first Avengers movies was amazing. I mean, so this one had big shoes to fill, and in a lot of ways, I think it did, but in other ways, it just didn't live up to the hype.
It's kind of like, yeah, we've seen it. It's good.
I mean, Ultron's badass.
Oh, based on the trailers, it seems badass.
I mean, he's just awesome. But is there anything else that you've been watching?
No. I've been fucking working a lot. Been playing too many fucking games at short sessions.
Speaking of games,
Uh-oh.
so Steam introduced paying for mods.
And then got rid of it.
Did they really get rid of it already?
Yep. Yesterday they took it down and canceled the program.
Oh God. I hate gamers. I hate gamers.
Yep.
Like, why? Why do gamers think they fucking deserve anything for free?
I don't know. I watched Boogie's video about it.
That caused
how they
me to write
put
an
it.
argument or write an article about it.
Well, he did a video about how they canceled it too, and he's like,
Oh.
"Your voice is finally heard, and gamers just want quality stuff for their money, and
Yeah.
$60. It's like, dude, you're paying $60. You're getting a fucking product. What are you bitching about?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not only that, but like people want quality. Yeah, People put a lot of fucking time and effort into making these mods, and gamers expect to have them for free.
That's what I was
Fuck
laughing
you.
about everybody bitching about it. It's like, dude, these people are spending their own time to do this shit.
Yeah, they don't even. They're people that make mods. They're just gamers. They don't even work for fucking companies. Like, who the fuck are you?
I understand the other stuff that could potentially have been issues, like a game update comes out and all of a sudden it doesn't work, and they decide they're not going to update the mod. It's like, whatever, but that's the risk you... When I buy a fucking Madden game, I know 3 years later I'm not going to be able to play online because the servers are fucking down.
I think they could have worked around that. As you know, that would have taken probably some time to implement something for that, but they could have gotten past that. You know, like
But if you don't trust it, don't pay for it.
right. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, well, first of all, they gave you 24 hours, and it's like, all right, that's enough time to see if it works with your other mods. You know, but like extend it then. Give them a month with the fucking mod. You know, and then if an update comes out and it doesn't work anymore or whatever, then they get their money back. And if it gets past that, and the person that makes the mod, you know, do something so that the person that makes the mods get their shit together and update that mod every time there's a patch. You know, be like, oh, okay, you are gonna make this mod for $1. Steam is gonna take 75 cents of that. You get 25 cents of that. If you do not if you do not update your mod when there's a new patch and it's broke, and you don't do it within a month, we are going to charge you $1, your whole dollar, and give it back to the fucking people.
That'd be great.
You know, and we'll keep our 75 cents. That was another thing too, where people were like, "Oh, the mods aren't getting enough money," and the way I look at it is like 25 cents is better than no cents.
Exactly.
like what the fuck? And apparently the people that were putting their mods out there weren't that worried about it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been putting their mods out there.
And if you're bitching about having to pay for them, there's other places to get mods. You don't have to get them there.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to go to Nexus Mod Manager, download that and get them that way instead of paying for them on Steam.
Well, and Steam did have both still. I mean, there was like a little checkbox there: paid mods or free mods.
I just look at it as, this dude did this work, here's your chipping him a couple bucks to use this in your game. Who the fuck cares? If you don't want it, then don't get it.
Yeah.
I should be able to play as Iron Man on Skyrim for free. Should you? Why should you?
Yeah, it's yeah.
That's just the world we live in nowadays. Everybody wants something for free.
Yeah, it's just it sucks. It really fucking sucks that like the gaming community has gotten to this point where it's like,
even free-to-play games, people bitch now. There's microtransactions. It's like, dude,
yeah, I know.
you're still playing a full game for free.
Yeah.
But it takes too long to level up, unless you pay money. Then pay money. If not, you're still playing a full game for free. Shut up.
Yeah.
I don't even started my entitled fucking whining ass gamers.
Yeah, this coming off the coattails of the Mortal Kombat X fucking tokens bullshit. I mean, it's just like, fuck you people.
Guess what? I didn't have to buy all that extra season pass shit. I wanted to because I like the game.
Yeah.
I didn't have to. Nothing said, hey, you need to buy this. Oh, but it's displayed right on the title screen that you can buy Goro. So? Who cares?
Yeah.
God damn. Ugh. I think I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah, it's fucking gamers, man. I guess like that's. In the Boogie's video, the one that he did before them changing it, where he's like, you know, and I totally understand. Gamers are getting tired of being nickeled and dimed, and like, no one's nickeling and diming anyone, motherfuckers. Don't buy it. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing when he was like, why is this needed for these finishers? It's like, well, why are video games needed at all? Oh, wait, they're not. Shut the fuck up. It's a pastime.
Yeah, you know.
We want quality. Yeah, we want quality over quantity.
Yeah, I buy an iPhone and this isn't a fully fledged product unless I buy apps that cost $1. This is bullshit. No, you still got something that fucking works in place. This is extra shit. If you want it, pay for it. Ugh.
Yeah, I was pretty fucking steamed about that. You might say.
Oh, I was joking on Twitter. Yeah. I was joking on Twitter, like, just LOLing like a motherfucker about people whining about it. It's like, come on, who cares?
Yeah.
Then don't fucking buy them. And that's all people were saying. I'm not buying these. This is bullshit. It's like, then, okay. Then shut the fuck up. Then who cares? Gets back into that hatred bullshit. If you don't like it, don't play it.
Yeah.
Go with your wallet. Jesus. Fuck.
Yeah, it is. It's frustrating, like, just how fucking gamers can be that way.
Yeah. A guy that makes money off making YouTube videos and giving portions of his things to YouTube is on there bitching about people having to share profits and
Yeah, that was I don't understand, like, who, to me, like,
it's okay for you to make money sitting at home and that being your only job, but God forbid modders want to make money and do that shit.
yeah, it's funny how, like, these same people that were arguing, you know, fighting, like, we shouldn't have to pay for this stuff, were also the same people who are like, modders aren't getting paid enough, man. They're only making 25 cents on the dollar. Steam and or Valve and the publishers are getting the rest of it. It's like, you're the one not giving any money out, motherfucker, so what do you care?
Yeah, it's not a big deal for you to sit and make videos on Twitch or stream and say, yeah, pay me $5 a month and I'll play video games for you.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't require the effort that mods do.
Ugh, yeah. I know, yeah, it was so fucking frustrating fucking dealing with that.
It's done now. They pulled it.
I heard that there was what are those things that people sign?
Petition?
Yes.
Ugh. And Valve should have been like, I don't give a fuck.
That would have been nice. Yeah.
God forbid a company tries to make money.
Yeah, yeah. A person, a company, anything, yeah.
They could just hop on there and say, we're not having mods, period.
I wonder how many of these dipshits are fucking giving money to fucking Tim Schafer after he fucking called everyone that has anything to do with Gamergate a fucking sock puppet.
Oh, probably everybody.
Oh, I don't get it.
Ugh.
But yeah, so, did you see the new Joker?
Yes, I did.
What did you think about that?
I thought he looked fucking retarded. I'm sorry, politically correct. Dumb.
I thought it looked very lazy.
Yes.
It looked like
a bad Halloween outfit.
It was like, what can we do to try making him look psychotic and creepy with the least amount of effort possible? Let's write on Sharpie marker, ha 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 ha, all over his arms, and then give him green hair.
And it's not even, like, good. The green hair is weird. Like, it doesn't look right.
The whole thing's weird. Like, he's pale. He's not white. He doesn't look like a clown at all. Like,
and he's got a fucking grill.
Yeah.
He's got a grill.
He has a grill.
It doesn't look like Joker. It looks like a gangster dude. I don't know. He's wearing a fucking one surgical rubber glove.
Like, I
thought the Joker was supposed to be smart. He looks like he just wants to get into street fights with people with chains.
He looks like the guy that played as Roger Waters in the Pink Floyd The Wall, but what you expect him to look like in Pink Floyd The Wall.
I don't get this Joker. I don't know. Maybe it's just a tough sell because Heath Ledger did a really good Joker.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, they're like, we have to be more psychotic, but it's like, to me, it's like he just looks. It's like a lazy man's fucking Joker.
Yeah.
Like, we have to make him look psychotic, but I don't really want to put much effort into this.
Like, all
Like,
the tats just make him look gangster, not sinister.
yeah, it doesn't make him look crazy. Like, nothing about him looks like. I mean, okay, Heath Ledger's Joker didn't look sinister at all, or crazy or anything. It came out in his actions.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
where, by the
lipping-
time you're,
licking his lips.
yeah, you know, or the stories about how his mouth got cut up, you know, and there's always these dark, horrible stories about his fucking fatherhood or his father and his ex-wife and stuff like that, and everything that he did is all chaos, you know, blowing up hospitals and stuff like that. Everything about him was, you know, it was done in the movie, and it looks like they're like, all right, let's take all that stuff and put it in this one picture.
Yeah.
Let's make him look like what that was. And it's just feels lazy. Like they didn't put any effort into it.
Like, this is... I'm even going off the animated series. This is the worst looking fucking Joker I've ever seen. Even compared to the games, the Joker looked good. This looked fucking... I don't even know what to say about it.
He doesn't look like
The Joker.
yeah, at all.
He looks like a punk rocker. Or a gangbanger. Like, I see him talking to other people in the Suicide Squad going, check out my grill. Yeah! Like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't really like it at all.
Maybe he'll end up being good. Maybe he'll be a good Joker.
Maybe. I mean, it's Jared Leto, and Jared Leto is a really good actor. I like him.
Yeah. Maybe they'll explain the like, maybe if they got rid of the tattoos and like made it scars, like he carved ha 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 in his chest or something. It's like, okay, that's psychotic.
I don't know,
Tattoo.
like
Like, you're telling me the Joker took the time to go, hey, I'm gonna walk into this tattoo parlor and yeah, I'd like a clown on my right pectoral. Sure, do you have a stencil for it?
here, I got this from Google.
Yeah, and he went to the fucking dentist and he's like, yeah, I want this platinumed out.
I that's the other thing about with being Jared Leto is Jared Leto has a big mouth and big eyes. They could make him like look very smiley with big eyes and a big mouth in a very creepy way if they wanted to, and it looks like they totally dismissed that with this picture.
Yeah. I think they should have kept the scars on the side of the face. The smile scars. I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Even if they would have went more old school and did, you know, kind of made it like a permanent smile like from the 89 Batman.
Yeah. That would have even been cool. This one is... I don't know. Like, looks like he should be playing at a Sublime concert. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I don't have much faith in that movie anyways.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what it's about, other than it's Suicide Squad. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to fit into the Batman versus Superman thing or what, but...
Oh, man, that fucking... Did you see that trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I was kind of iffy at first. Like, I'm watching, I'm like, this is kind of... Alright, Superman's a god. This makes sense. They're turning against him. Then at the very end, when he was in, like, the bad armor suit, and he's like, do you bleed? I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm all in.
I don't know, man. I can't... I don't know, like... Something's off.
Something is off, but...
And it's Ben Affleck, and it's that Batman, and it's...
Affleck's not a horrible Batman.
No, I don't have a problem with with Ben Affleck. I don't have a problem with him playing that part. I feel like they're trying to make Avengers, but skipping the steps of doing any kind of origin stories or anything like that. Which, to be fair, Batman doesn't need. I think if this was Christopher Nolan working with Zack Snyder again, and Christian Bale reprising the role as Batman and going with that Batman, I think this would be a lot better than what they're doing. Like, this just feels out of place. Batman.
Like, they just automatically jump to the world turns on Superman and he's a god.
I
It felt out of place. Like, Why is everybody mad at Superman? I'm sure they'll cover it in the movie, but
Yeah, I
it just seemed like a big
assume.
step. I know what's his face looked pretty badass as the Joker, or not the Joker. No, we've already established that. Lex Luthor. They've showed pictures of Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, I
His
haven't.
head shaved.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he looks fucking.
Does he look like baby Lex Luthor because he's so young?
No, he looks like a good Lex Luthor. I don't.
I
I don't know
mean,
how to put it.
when I heard that he was going to play the part, I kind of like, all right, he has this kind of fast, smart talk about him that would portray well for Lex Luthor because Lex Luthor is a brilliant man. But
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey should have that part. He is by far the best fucking Lex